fashion, fun, felines. Join spa living and style expert Candy Holiday as she trips through her days while trying to flourish, look fab, and have a blast, even when life gets in her way. Let's make every day feel like a holiday with Candy. Candy, what are you doing?
Well, Darren, I'm putting egg on my face. Duh, what does it look like I'm doing? Let me explain. But first, I want to welcome all y'all to Life's a Holiday morning show. I am so happy you're here, whether you've been here before or you're a new listener. I'm just really excited to spend my morning with you. And especially if you're joining us for the first time, just want to remind you that on lifesaholiday.com, I put up bonus tips, photos, links to information and things that I share on the show, and you can even subscribe to our studio audience so you won't miss an episode. But getting back to this morning, the Freckle Fairy visited me last night. I went to put on a sleeveless shirt because it is really hot here today in Chattanooga. It's like 85. And I looked in the mirror, and on the back of my arm, there was like a dark spot, like one of my freckles, but like on steroids or something. And I've always had a lot of freckles because I'm Irish, but sometimes I'll wake up and they'll just look a little bit darker. So this morning I'm going to take y'all to the kitchen and we're going to do a skin lightening treatment that only adds about an extra minute or two to your morning routine. Morning, y'all. Welcome to my kitchen. I have in front of me my frittata bowl. It's all filled to the brim with veggies, and I'm just about to crack the eggs into it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crack the egg and take the membrane out and use that as a skin lightening treatment. And I first found this on Face Yoga's YouTube channel, and I'll link that in the show notes for y'all. And when I've tried it, I really didn't expect the great results that I got. I mean, it seriously will, it just somehow makes your skin super smooth, and like it lightens any kind of like little spots, like a freckle, or if you've got like a red spot going on, if you got a zit that came up overnight, this seriously will just like knock that puppy out. And it's kind of fun to do too. And since you're already making breakfast, you're already cracking your eggs, it doesn't really take a lot of extra time. Now, when I first started doing this, though, I will say, the first place I never even really noticed there was a membrane inside of an eggshell. Did y'all? Like, I didn't really even notice that. But for sure enough, when you crack it, there's like this little layer that's right inside next to where all the egg white and all that juicy, ooey gooey goodness is in there. And when I first started doing it, it was a bit tricky to get the membrane out. So the best way I thought to describe to y'all how to get that membrane out, so maybe you won't have as much trouble as I had in the beginning, is just do it right along with you this morning. So I've got my egg in my hand, I'm ready to crack it and pull that membrane out. So let's go. So let's see here. Ching, crack. And now I'm not using any specific kind of egg. I mean, I use organic free-range eggs because that's what I like to eat, but really any kind of egg, it does not matter. And sure enough, when you break it apart there, pull it apart, and this is the easiest way to spot the membrane is when you pull it apart, when you first crack it, you'll see this just like white, it's like, it almost looks like an onion skin, and it's just right on the other side of the shell. And the easiest place to see it is where when you crack the egg, unless you are an amazing person and you can get a super clean crack every time, because I always get almost little fractures, I guess I'd call it, like crazing all along the edge. And where it's cracked, that's where you can actually see that membrane coming through. What I do now, if you get a clean crack and it's hard for you to see the membrane, then just like push in some of the shell with like your fingers, just like barely push it, and you'll see the membrane just kind of pops away from that actual outer shell. So, but don't worry, if you get some shell on it, it's okay. I mean, sometimes I like having a little bit of shell because that will make it kind of easier to adhere to your skin and easier to handle. So, and all you do is you just take where you see the membrane and you just slowly, really slowly, because it is super delicate, pull it away. And now I'm going for a sort of bigger piece this morning. Usually it's hard to dictate how much you get off. When you start pulling it, it has spots where it sort of just breaks away. There we go. It's breaking away from the interior of it. And I'm getting kind of a bigger piece because I've got a spot on my arm. Thank you, California. Even though I wear sunscreen and I'm so adamant about it, you know, these things happen. I mean, some of these spots can be from like when you were a teenager or a kid even. But anyway, I have one spot that's kind of a little bit darker than normal, I noticed this morning. And so I thought I would just put this egg membrane on it. So I'm just putting it here on my arm, and now just stick the membrane right over your spot. And there we go, just kind of tap it on. It's easier to do it with your fingernail than your actual finger pad because the finger pad sometimes kind of pulls it away, you know, kind of pulls it off because it is so delicate. You'll be shocked. Wait till you see how delicate this is. And then I like to take a little bit of the extra egg white from inside the shell and just like paste it over the top of it, like you're doing, like paper mache. Paper mache in our arms this morning. Talk about a fun spa treatment, right? It's like art project and spa treatment all in one. And you just wipe that the egg white on there. Or I should say dab it. Don't wipe it. If you wipe it, you will pull the membrane away, which I just did there by saying that. And just tap it on there. And it will dry and it'll look really gross and crinkly. And you can just leave it on for like 15 to 20 minutes and then take it off and just like with some cold water, wash it away and then do the rest of your skincare routine. Now I don't prep my skin in any special way before I put the membrane on it. I just basically pull it out of the egg and slap it on there. If I'm using it on my face, though, I'll be sure that I've like rinsed my face in the morning, but I wait and do the rest of my skincare after I take the membrane off. And if you want to, a little way to like amp this up is if you're like not going out of the house for a while, you can put it on and then maybe stick like a little Band-Aid. I've done this before, put like a little Band-Aid over the membrane. And it just, I don't know, I just feel like it keeps it tighter on the skin and you just get more of that eggy goodness and skin lightening power. And now I'll just stir my cream into my frittata, put it in the microwave and let this membrane do its magic and voila! Better looking skin and a little bit of fun in the morning, a little bit of egg on our face, right? Or on my arm as it is. But if y'all try this, let me know. Shoot me a message over on Candy Holiday Instagram. Even put pics up if you want to, of you with some of your egg on your face. I'm going to have some on the show notes on lifesaholiday.com. So thanks for hanging out with me this morning. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Don't forget, you can shop the show and get the 411 on this episode at lifesaholiday.com. That's HOLLADAY.com. Meet Candy on Candy Holiday YouTube channel for more adventures.